This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be hopefully sharing the full process of creating my dream cutting table. So if you've been watching my videos for a little while now, you'll know I have been spending the last year doing up this kind of like basement storage space at the bottom of our house and turning it into my dream sewing studio. We are so close to the finish line now. I feel like we are up to the last kind of finishing touches to create the space of my dreams. And obviously a big part of my sewing space is going to be a cutting table to be able to lay my fabric out and cut out my sewing projects easily. For the last nearly decade, I have just been using a standard height basic table that, because it's just a normal standard height, it means I have to really hunch over to be able to cut the fabric, which has been not the best thing for my back. So something I want this cutting table to have is for it to be a bit more standing height so I don't have to lean over so much. And when we moved into this place, there was an old bar left in this exact space that my sewing space is going to be in. And it's honestly not in the best condition. At first we were thinking of just tossing it, but then I realized it's actually the perfect height for a cutting table. And not only that, it actually has quite a bit of storage in it, which I think is going to be perfect for down here as well. Let me go and take you over to it so I can show you, because I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, here it is. I've just kind of set it up in our garage. So yeah, it's a little bit dingy in here at the moment. It actually is very similar to what my sewing space looked like when I first started. But here is the bar. It is quite filthy. What I love about it though is there's all this storage built into the bar as well, which I think will be super helpful as storage in my sewing space. So this side has these shelves, which are like substantial. They are big shelves. And then on this side, there's just this pegboard, which is honestly epic. Like I can actually hang things from these pegboards. So it's kind of perfect. The only thing is it's not very wide. That's my only concern. So I'm going to maybe put a different bench top on top that's just ever so slightly wider, because I want to be able to like fit a width of fabric on top of my cutting table. But yeah, I'm sure we can make something work. At the moment, this bench top is just like some MDF underneath. So if I actually get a proper timber board, I think that's going to be amazing. And I also really love the actual design of the bar as well. It's like got this fluted timber look along the sides, which is just something a little bit different. I really like it. But yeah, this is what I'm working with. updates on the cutting table. As you can see, I have done an undercoat, so I've just painted the undercoat a white. I know people can get very upset on the internet when people paint timber furniture, but most of this was made from MDF board. It was really crumbly, really gross. I am going to personally love this item of furniture so much more painted, and I have no regrets about it at all. But I get it. If you loved the original timber, I'm sorry, but I just know I'm going to love this table so much better if it's painted a pretty color. And I'm going to be using it as a flat lay surface as well. So my previous cutting table was a very light pink, which I love. I think it's like the perfect neutral shade of pink, and I'm going to be painting this cutting table the exact same color. It is the color Camisole Half, so the majority of this table is going to be that shade. But then I thought it would be fun to add some of the terracotta color that I painted in my sewing studio. So along the beams of the ceiling and in the window frames, I've got this shade here called Surprise. Both of these are by Dulux, by the way. And so I thought it'd be fun to maybe paint the pegboard on the inside this color, and also the slats on the side here, this terracotta as well, to kind of have a like stripy design on the sides of the cutting table with these two shades. I just think that's going to be so fun, so pretty, and most importantly, I'm just so excited about the whole prospect of painting this a beautiful shade of pink. I think it's going to make everything come together nicely. So here's what I mean by the slats. I think I'm going to paint like the base of the table with the light pink, and then these decorative slat pieces I'm going to paint the terracotta color. I just think that's going to be so pretty, and then tying nicely with the pegboard is. And the other thing I've added to this table is, it's kind of hard to do it in here, but it is on wheels, which means once it's in my sewing studio, I can wheel it around, I can move it around the space. So many people commented on my very first sewing studio makeover video that I should put my cutting table on wheels, and I'm so grateful for that suggestion. What a genius idea. And I just think it's going to make moving this heavy cutting table so much easier as well in the long run. As I get started on painting this table pink, let's just take a quick moment to talk about the sponsor of this video. This video has been very kindly sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design, build, and run your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. Not only is Squarespace super user-friendly, thanks to their huge range of beautifully designed templates that you can choose from, and if that wasn't easy enough, Squarespace now have a new design system called Design Intelligence, where you can answer a few design prompts and questions about your business and what you want your website to include. And with the help of AI, Design Intelligence will create a website with all of your specifications. It is like magic and just helps if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed where to even start. And I have personally been using Squarespace to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store since 2016, well before they were ever a sponsor of my channel. And I just can't begin to explain how validating it is to have a little corner of the internet that is completely my own, that isn't run by an algorithm or has ads popping up taking away my customers' attention. On my website, visitors are easily able to shop my products, learn about all things Rosery Apparel, and see exactly what my brand is all about. So if you would like to create a website of your own, then I totally recommend you go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below this video and take advantage of their free trial so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/roseryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video and for being such an incredible supporter of my channel. I don't know about masking tape. I spent so long taping up all these sections and it really just hasn't done a very good job at all. Look at that. Now I kind of have to patch up all these messy lines. Oh, I don't know. I do love the stripes though. I do think it works really well with the design of the bar. Okay, here is how it's looking. I could not be happier with it. I love the terracotta on the pegboard. I just think it looks so good against the really light peachy pink. I've also done some touch-ups on the stripes. They're still far from perfect. In fact, I think I might quickly touch that up a little bit, but it does look a lot better than it did. And I do think it looks really cute and just a little bit whimsical and fun and highlights the kind of decorative design feature of the original bar. And then on the other side, let me brighten it up so you can see, we've just got the main pegboard bits. This is where I'm gonna like store a lot of my like scissors and bias binding makers and all those random tools that you just need to have available, but kind of want to keep it all in one spot. This is going to be perfect to hang all of those things up. But now out here I have my, wow, it's so bright, old cutting table. It's very glary out here today, so hopefully you can see it okay. I'm actually going to put the top of this cutting table onto the bar I've just painted because I do love the width of it, and the bar needs to have a wider bench top on it in order for it to function as a cutting table. So not sure you can see, but not like in the best condition, so I'm going to actually spend some time sanding it back now before painting it again, just to try and smooth it out as much as possible. There is something so special and sentimental about this tabletop. I first purchased this timber board back in the very early days of starting Rosery Apparel to make a market stall out of when I used to make and sell handmade dresses. Here are some photos of my Rosery Apparel market stall back in around 2016, 2017. I was so proud of this stall. It is honestly amazing to look back and see how much my brand and business has evolved and grown over time. It has literally been there with me through all the highs and the lows of this wacky ride of running my own business. And yeah, it just feels really nice to be able to keep it and use it for my next cutting table as well. And the cutting table is now in its new home and the bench top has been drilled in, so it's nicely secured. Oh my goodness, I could not actually be happier with how it turned out. I love the light baby pink with the terracotta and how it ties into the door. I obviously need to putty these screws now and paint over that, but once that's done it should be pretty good. I also have like just a few little paint touch-ups to fix up here, just from trying to get it into the space and also from like actually securing the wheels to the bottom, but that should be an easy fix. Also, the bench top is ever so slightly shorter than the actual bar, so I'm going to go to Bunnings today hopefully and just buy like a little corner dowel piece to put there as like a decorative feature that will just make it look at least the same size as the original bar. I honestly could not be happier with this. Okay, so I'm back from the hardware store and I've gotten this, I don't know if you can see, it's like a curved dowel with an almost right angle edge to it, which once sat nicely into this gap kind of gives the table a nice curved edge. I'm really happy that this is hopefully going to work. And I've got some wood adhesive, so I'm just going to use this wood glue to attach this to the table. It doesn't need to be structural or anything. It just needs to sit there nicely. I'm gonna paint it once it's all glued in place to match the pink of the cutting table, and I think it should look good. Fingers crossed. Okay, this is what the pegboard side is looking like. I am so pleased with it. I think it looks very aesthetic. I've just got all the bits and pieces I use on a regular basis on this for now, and I've still got plenty of room to add things if I need to. I did have this thread spool holder that I used to have on my old pegboard, but I think I actually want to put this on the wall. Having it on the wall is also going to be a really cool feature, I think, of the space. Now I'm going to turn it around, and I actually have planned to store all of my Rosery Apparel patterns on the other side, so let's get on with that. Oh wow, it has turned out exactly how I had it in my mind. I actually can't quite believe how good it's turned out and how well it stores all of my Rosery apparel patterns. As you can see, I do need to start restocking some of the patterns that are getting a little low in stock, but what a packing station this is, as well as a cutting table. I am so unbelievably impressed with how this has turned out. Let me put some proper shots in now and some before and after shots so you can get a good proper look at this transformation. So I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing the whole process of turning a somewhat decrepit bar into my dream cutting table. I still can't get over how well this cutting table has turned out. I really had a vision of what I wanted it to be and it has just come together so perfectly. I'm so happy with how it looks in the space as well. It just ties everything in so nicely together. I also love how much storage this cutting table has. Like, I knew it would be super handy to have that extra storage, but the fact that I can hang all of my sewing tools on the pegboard on the inside is honestly such a bonus. It also came together a lot quicker than I was expecting. I thought it was going to take me a couple of months just because this whole sewing studio makeover has taken so long. I just figured the cutting table would be similar, but it was a really achievable project. Now I'm pretty sure I only have one part of this sewing studio makeover left to film. I'm so close to the finish line now. I'm basically putting a hold on all sewing projects for the foreseeable future, just so I can get this space finished because I really just want to move in and start working down here. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the next part of this series and for more sewing related type content like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.